It was 3 a.m. when Burkina Faso's president, Ibrahim Traoré, was jolted awake by a secure satellite. Phone ringing in the dark silence of his palace in Ouagadougou. Only 5 people in the world had access to that line. As his heart pounded, he answered. "Mr. President," said the voice of Iran's foreign minister Zarif, "I'm calling from Tehran. Forgive the hour, but our cities are under attack by Israeli warplanes as we speak." For weeks, the world had watched as tensions between Israel and Iran escalated. Africa had stayed distant until now. Traoré immediately sensed this was not an ordinary call. "How can Burkina Faso help?" he asked, his military instincts keeping him calm. Zarif's voice was steady but urgent. "Israel isn't just targeting us. They're building secret operations across Africa, turning your continent into a base for their military ambitions against Iran and others. We have intelligence showing Israeli networks operating in 12 African nations. They are using African ports, training African forces, and setting up surveillance sites. Africa has become their hidden battlefield." Traoré's blood ran cold. He knew about some Israeli surveillance, but this was far beyond anything he imagined. Then came Iran's proposal, a shocking offer. "We offer you a full partnership," Zarif said. "Advanced missile defense systems to protect your nation. Economic investment to build energy independence. Naval access that will give you leverage over coastal neighbors. In return, we ask for diplomatic support. Permission for Iranian advisors to work from Burkina Faso and, if necessary, access to your airspace for defensive operations." Traoré instantly understood. Defensive operations could mean missile strikes launched from African soil. "You're asking me to bring Burkina Faso into your war," he replied. "No, Mr. President," Zarif said. "This war has already come to Africa. The question is whether you will be a victim of Israeli expansion or a partner in resisting it." After the call, Traoré called an emergency cabinet meeting. At 4 a.m., his top ministers gathered around piles of intelligence reports. Defense Minister Kaboret showed satellite images of Israeli-linked military activities in neighboring countries. Foreign Minister Sawogo explained Iran's vision of building an anti-Israeli alliance across Africa, neutralizing Israel's secret networks. Intelligence Chief Ouagadougou revealed the most disturbing facts. Israeli forces were active in Ethiopia, South Africa, the DRC, and others, running military advisors, weapons shipments, and secret operations as part of their broader Middle East strategy. "We're already involved," Traoré said quietly. "We just didn't realize it." The next evening, Traoré met Iranian officials over a secure video call. They laid out billions worth of defense technology, investment offers, and more shocking intelligence on Israel's African operations. But Traoré surprised everyone. "This affects all of Africa, not just Burkina Faso," he said. "Any partnership must include the African Union." Within 72 hours, Traoré had contacted African leaders, sharing the intelligence. Shock spread as many realized how deeply Israeli operations had penetrated their countries. An emergency African Union meeting followed. The debate was fierce. Some feared being drawn into the Middle East conflict. Others saw a chance to challenge foreign control. 6 months later, Africa had changed. Israeli advisors were expelled from several countries. A new African defense pact was formed. Iran became a strategic partner, but under African terms, respecting sovereignty. Yet Traoré paid a heavy price. He survived 3 assassination attempts. Israeli intelligence ramped up its attacks. Western allies imposed economic sanctions. But Traoré stood firm, and his people stood with him. A year later, speaking at the United Nations, Traoré declared, "When Iran called us during their darkest night, we answered not just to help them, but to fight our own war for true African sovereignty. No longer will others use Africa as their chessboard. We now move our own pieces." The hall thundered with applause. Across Africa, millions felt a new sense of pride. That 3 a.m. call had awakened Africa's power, and it was worth every risk.